Sujata ji. Then you will talk a little bit about me.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to Inspiring Indian Women. We are indeed very privileged to have with us the iconic, the inspiring, the very powerful and influential Miss Sujata Banerjee, MBE. She's the founder of SBDC, which is Sujata Banerjee Dance Company. She's one of the most respected Kathak artists of UK today, a choreographer, a teacher, mentor, educator. Sujata ji is also recognized internationally for her remarkable contribution in developing Kathak through mentoring many teachers, creating performance opportunities for dancers and musicians. Sujata ji has toured all over the world, teaching, creating productions, and also performing as a solo artist. She had the opportunity to train intensively with legendary teachers of dance and music in India. Pandit Vijay Shankar, the master of all masters, Pandit Birju Maharaj, and Mrs. Ruby Bandopadhyay, amongst many. She started teaching at the age of 18 and set up her own school, Nrityam, in India in her early 20s. In 1982, she moved to UK and within a year started teaching, performing and exploring choreographic work with Kathak movement sensibilities. The first such collaborative work was with Berkshire Youth Contemporary Dance Company in 1987. Sujata Banerjee Dance Company was set up in 1985, which eventually became a registered charity organization. Her passion in dance education is remarkable. She played a vital role in writing, developing the ISTD Kathak syllabus. Sujata ji has been a part of the ISTD Classical Indian Dance faculty since its inception. She is a committee member, senior examiner, and was the chair of the faculty for nearly 10 years. So Sujata ji studied sports science and a big believer in the benefits of analytical scientific teaching methods. She's a true visionary for dance. Her unique pedagogy has produced many Kathak professionals who are versatile Kathak dancers with ability to work successfully with renowned choreographers and directors of other dance and art forms. Her command over Kathak, sense of humor, easy, positive, and charismatic attitude is inspiring, and she's able to keep everyone engaged in class. We are indeed very grateful to have her on our show. She received 2 major awards, MBE in 2019, the Queen's Award for Outstanding Service to Dance, and also the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award from the One Dance UK for education and participation. She's also nominated for 2020 ADMS Dance Educator Award. Thank you so much, Sujata ji, for gracing the occasion and being part of the Inspiring Indian Women. I now want to talk about the host for today, Miss Ashwani Kalsekar. Everybody, I think, knows her also as well, along with Sujata ji. She's a celebrated Kathak artist and choreographer in London. She's renowned for her expressions, grace, and footwork. With a master's degree in Kathak, Ashwani continues to groom Kathak artists across the UK. Her choreographies are known for exceptional concept and vibrancy, and we are indeed blessed to have Ashwani as the host for today. Over to you, Ashwani. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Rashmi, and welcome, Sujata ji. So, as she said, you are a true inspiring human, and I wanted to start this conversation with you to understand how you started your work in this country, because we know how we can do it in India. You have learned it in India, and you know it's different to set up in UK. So, how did you start your journey as a Kathak dancer in this country?
Hello, everybody. How did I start my journey here? You know, sometimes things happen because they're meant to be happening, and that's your purpose, and that's how it happened. I didn't do anything because when I had to move to UK, I thought that was the end of my dancing. And because this is 1982, and then we were not really exposed so much to all the things happening in the dance world, it was not so easy to understand oh, is the connection a bit strange? So in 82, things were not so easy, like how to access all the organizations and all this, and you haven't got a clue what's going on, how to even start in another country. And to be honest, I wasn't one of those fiery, ambitious people that I am like coming and will go everywhere and find out what's going on. So I just, took my time. And when I actually first came here, I was already like 5 months pregnant. So I landed in this country on 11th of August, 1982. 5 months pregnant. And so for the time being, at that time I thought, okay, now keep quiet for a while, and we'll see what's going on. So in October, during the Durga Puja time, I went to a Durga Puja. And there was one, and I was very good girl in the sense, like not talking much. And, like some of these people were saying, oh, nobody knows this song. And this one person, she wants to learn, she wants to perform one particular piece and one song. And then I quietly said, oh, if you want, I can just sing that song if that girl wants to.
I think we lost her.
So one of the girls wanted to do a particular Tagore song. So I said, okay, I can just sing that for you. So I was like heavily pregnant by then, 9 months pregnant. And then I sang that sitting on the stage, and I just sang that song. And then, some of this, obviously community, it was Durga Puja, they came and said like, oh, okay, so you've just come. And then I said, and it was nice that you sang, it was very good. And I said, look, I'm not a singer, I dance. So, and then somebody I met, because she was very keen, the minute I said I do Kathak, she was a mad Kathak lover. And she said, oh, we have a performance on 18th of February, 1983. I didn't write all this thing, I remember, okay? 1983, we have this performance in our Saraswati Puja. Will you be dancing? And I was like 9 months pregnant. I don't know how will I be, what it meant to be a mother. I just said, oh, yes. Just like that. Yes, there was not any question. Okay, let me think. I just said yes. So then, I had my son, and this friend of mine is to call me to find out how I was, because her committee wasn't taking her very seriously, thinking, oh, who is this person who has just come and just had the baby? How can she dance within like exactly 3 months?
Yeah.
So, but I performed. So we had to find out what different cassettes we can have. Then I said, I had never before that performed with a recorded music. And I said to her, I have to have a tabla player, even if so they found somebody, that person came the night before, had to teach certain tukras and just a few to feel satisfied that I have done something real for myself. So that's how it started. And then various communities. So initially it was very much within the community, because somebody will find out about you and somebody else will find out about you. Oh, will you teach? Will you do this? So initially it was pretty much like this. And then I said school in Basildon. And that was, again, some of the community people, they were very keen. So that's how it kind of grew gradually.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I started. Yeah.
But now, see, understanding the internet today, everything is on internet. Even the dance classes are happening till now, alternate week or something like that on the internet. How did you deal without internet in your time?
Yeah, it's not dealing. That's why the life was. Now we can't deal without it because we know what it is with it, right? So if you have never tested fish, you don't know what you are missing out because you've never tried that. So you
You're absolutely right. But like COVID kind of challenges were never at your time, but there must be some challenges which was making you, think twice that am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right profession? Is it worth? Did you ever face that?
well, for me, it has become very organic. The journey become very natural. It's almost like I could not get out of it. It's not that I was so much in love with Kathak or dance that I didn't want to get out of it. I was an athlete. I trained as a teacher, and I was an ambitious. I taught from the age of 18. So I was doing all the right things, but it's not that I had a huge ambition, because I am a very mediocre, average person. So for me, for an average person, if you are not taught to dream, why would you dream? You are just an average person. You just do things, right? If you are a very talented person from childhood, or got 100 out of 100 in maths, or all this thing, everybody will say, okay, what to do, is giving you vision, giving you things like, okay, you will do this, you will go to that college, you will be this, you will be that. I was just chilled out, an average person. So for that reason, the things just happen. And only one thing I always believe, that when I do something, I will do full-heartedly. I will give my life for it. The commitment, the dedication to it. So if I had to go for practice, I wouldn't be A, late, and B, I wouldn't be cutting corner. I'll be only doing that. I wouldn't be cutting that practice, and a friend's birthday would be more important for me. No, like there is a dance exam or there is a dance performance, I need to be in my best thing. It's not because I was ambitious, but because I wanted to do whatever I'm doing, I wanted to do it properly, full-heartedly.
Yeah, I know. I remember having a discussion with you, and you told me that, Ashwini, I learned my dance in India, but I learned my profession in UK. So, and the explanation was really very interesting. So I would like, you to explain it to the young generation, especially all the dancers who are watching this show today. It's a very outstanding statement that I learned my dance in India, but I learned my profession in UK. So that is a very interesting thing. Please, if you can.
Yeah, see, we learn to dance from childhood. You go to a class and, okay, this is your exam happening, this is your practice, you do the riyaz and all this thing. But when you use it independently, that's nobody teaches you, because your teachers teaching, like you were part of a choreography, or you were, even if you're, because I always did solo performances, so my gurus will be doing parhant with me, or if not somebody else. So it's a different kind of thing. So it's very directed that way. So when I moved here, I was 25. Now, I danced, I taught. But understanding it, what professional meaning? Professional doesn't mean I do amazing dance performance. That's part of it, but that's not the only thing. Understand how you interact with people, how you talk to people, how you explain your art form to other people, how you engage other people in your art form, how you need to tweak your art form, because it has to always move, right? I have a product, I have my art form, but I need to make it accessible to somebody else who understands. If I just say, no, this is the way I learned, and that's the beginning and the end of it. So as a profession, how to talk about it, how to explain to somebody what is it, all these things we never had to do. So as a professional, I really grew in this country. understanding what is teaching method, what's the philosophy, what dancing, what is teacher's ethics, like how you teach, how people learn, how to appreciate other people, that they are learning, they have limitations and all these things, or they have a huge, talents or whatever, how you nurture talent, all these things constantly, you always learn, but you learn the dance like anything. When the doctors train, they do MBBS. After that, they go in hospital, they do the house officer's job. Then they do another, then they become responsible consultants. Before that, they're always under somebody doing. So in dance, that also has to happen. You know your craft, but not necessarily you know how differently to use it.
Yes, brilliant. So, Sujata ji, in your time, I don't think so. The Bollywood dancing and the exposure was the way it is today. And now we can see big gurus are choreographing Bollywood numbers inspired by Kathak is what I can say. I will not say it Kathak Bollywood. But did you ever face that problem in your time? When initially you came, that when you are trying to teach Kathak, people are saying, no, but can you please teach my daughter this song from Janak Janak Payal Baje, or, Mughal-e Azam, and they are explaining you how it needs to be. And how did you handle such kind? Because this is the biggest problem right now today, that what we can see, there are beautiful dancers. They're fantastic dancers. Their craft is amazing, but they use the inspiration from Kathak and then use that on Bollywood songs, and it is become a Kathak Bollywood hashtag thing. So what is your take on it?
See, to me, there is good dancing and bad dancing. Okay? A good person who has right values and so on, and not so good person doesn't have the values. Whether you are a brown or a black or white doesn't matter. Are you a good person? Do you have these values? So there is only good dancer and not so good dancer.
Oh, not so good dancer. Okay.
Yeah. Bad is a matter of, it's subjective, right?
Exactly.
So when you do Bollywood, we all love Bollywood films, right? We all love. The film doesn't get long before I have to watch it.
Yeah.
But everything has its place.
Yeah.
Okay? Everything has its place. Kathak is Kathak, Bollywood is Bollywood. Neither Bollywood is bad, nor Kathak is the greatest thing in the world. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of the 8 classical styles. It's one of the millions of styles in the world. For me, Kathak may be very important, but somebody else, it's not. At the end of the day, that's the bottom line of it. So there is good dancing and bad dancing. When we were growing, there's no Bollywood. Like, people never did Bollywood dancing. They didn't have to. And they watched Bollywood dancing. They liked it. Maybe in a party or somebody for fun would do something at that time. It was okay. But Bollywood became bigger and bigger and bigger. And the influence of Bollywood, whether we like it or not, is unavoidable in life. How you dress up. Every wedding you go to, and look at the way the young people are dressing up these days and how they dressed up 20 years, 30 years back. Okay? Everybody is wearing like Shah Rukh Khan, sherwanis and all these things. Where is this dhuti Punjabi what people used to wear in Bengali, weddings and all that? People are after, because the influence is unavoidable. It is so massive. It's unavoidable. Okay? In the dance, when people mix it, if they call Bollywood Kathak, then it's actually quite silly. They are not proud of their Bollywood dancing. They are not proud of their creativity. You can call, it's my creative expression.
Yeah.
It's my creative expression. So they should be proud to say, I am doing my version of the Bollywood. Because Bollywood is inspired mainly by the music. If the music has a Latin American, they will do salsa. If the music has a more jazz, they will do jazz. If the music suddenly has a mridangam going on, suddenly they will do the neck and become Bharatanatyam. Yeah, because it's inspired by what the rhythm and the music is telling them to do. Okay, so if it's a very music, they think that the dancers thinking the Bollywood, the Kathak movements are working here, that's fine. Nobody owns any movement. Just because you do this, that doesn't mean Kathak dancers own this movement. This movement is my arm. It can do anything what I want them to do. You know what I mean? It's like, it's up to me how I use my arms. But calling it Kathak Bollywood, I just don't see any reason for it. I don't see. Call Bollywood, call my dancing. Have a branding. It's my dancing.
Very good. That's quite a interesting, I can say, approach. So I'm just going to come out of Kathak now and talk a little bit about how strong woman you are. I know you very closely. You're kind of a, I can say, a guru figure to me in this country. Whatever happens, small things, I give you call and you nicely show me the path. But I want the audiences to know that you mentioned when you came here, you were 5 months pregnant. But I know you as a single mother. So being an artist, being a single mother, your son is doing wonders today, you're a grandmom. So how did you balance that life? And how, means, there are points where you really feel frustrated, you feel, why did I do that? All that sort of things happen. But you being such a strong woman, being a single mother, how did you managed your dance, your child, your motherhood, as an artist, everything?
You know, I don't think it was very hard.
Okay.
If you have no option, like, we never before liked to teach on Zoom, and suddenly either Zoom or no dancing. We didn't think even twice. Overnight, before the lockdown started, we are on line because there is no option. So what I had to do, I had to do. Now, if you really want to do something, you can do it. That's a very common thing people say, but it is true. If I wanted my career, see, I was also teaching in school, I gave up. I was also working for Kadam, I gave up because I thought I want to do single thing, one thing. But if you want to do something, if that means like 5 o'clock, I wake up, then I go swimming, I cook, leave my son his food when he comes, I leave a note on the microwave, 4 o'clock this, 5 o'clock this, all ready. Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, you can sing, I think.
Bless you.
If I wanted to do things, if that means I had to wake up at 5 o'clock, if I wanted my son to have the home cooking and all organized what is right to do or not to do and so on, then I had to do it if it is important for me. If it was not important for me, that's fine, right? So because the certain things were important for me, I had to wake up earlier so that those things can be done, right? So, and then again, saying that it's not that in my life I always wanted to do dancing and so on. It's nothing like that. but it just happened so. And that's my purpose. And I did have a, do you want to hear a story?
Yeah, please.
And see, to cut part of the story, once I did a round the world trip, literally around the world. Now, I'm not going through this, why I did it and so on, so on. No, I have to say a little bit. There was a time I was thinking, I'm doing all this dancing, teaching and workshop and this, that's fine, jumping from one project to another. Is it I'm doing because just work coming, or is it what I'm meant to be doing? This question came to me. Okay. I don't know from where. Oh, I'm just doing this. Everybody's saying nice. So my friends and even you go, no, you're doing good. Yeah, so many people you are helping. But the question with me, am I doing because I'm getting work? Or am I doing because I want to? Because before, it's not that in my dream, I want to be a dance teacher or a dancer and so on, so on. I just did it. It was not in my dream. So when things were all happening, I'm questioning myself, should I be doing this? Why am I doing? So to have that answer, I decided I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to go. Okay. So everybody's saying, why are you selling house? And I said, I don't want to have anything to come back to.
Oh my God. Okay.
Serious, yeah. And I told my son, now you go and stay with your dad. I'm going. Okay. So after that, I'm cutting a few things, few incidents. And now I'm doing my round the world trip. And this question is not that I am searching for that answer. It's not that, but it was back of my mind why I traveled. I did part of it was my research. I also added that I performed in many places. So it may sound very serious, but it's not that serious. It was in Sydney. I was sitting by myself because, I was traveling by myself. And I see all the people by the Sydney Harbor. I'm sitting there. I still remember it was the blue shirt I was wearing, and then all these people. And then I love watching sometimes people, all the people rushing, and you think, where are they going? When they go at home, they will be doing this. So it's very fascinating when you watch people, right? Like, where are they going? What are they thinking? What is happening? So, and I was watching, it's a very busy lunchtime it was, and December, it was summer there. So everybody is out and about. And suddenly I realized what's my purpose. Okay. Purpose is, the question was, why am I doing this? Am I doing because I'm getting jobs, or am I doing I should be doing? Okay. See, as I keep saying, not being humble, I was just an average dancer, average person. Okay. But I probably had certain abilities that through me, there would be other things happening. Right from the beginning, 86, I started bringing musicians, giving work permit, helping people staying and all this thing. That's also a support. That also to the sector. So many people, it's not that without me, they couldn't have done anything, but it was just a springboard in a way. So like that, so many people learning, they're developing this. Suddenly all these things, why incidents happen the way the incidents happen? When things happen, sometimes we think, gosh, what that is happening to me? Why? Because, oh no. But that is sometimes, those things, sometimes I believe those things happen because for that, you will be doing something, and gradually you will be going towards what you meant to be doing, what's your purpose. I'm not in that way spiritual or whatever, but I go from my instinct, I go from my guts. I believe what I believe. Okay. So I had suddenly like a reason. Why am I doing what am I doing? Okay. So then obviously my tickets, I was going to many places and all that. And then actually I was like, after that, quite restless. Okay, quickly, khatam karo. Now I have to come back and get on with it. Initially, I was going to go for 6 months. Then I cut short it. I made it just a little bit less, like 5 months. So yeah, sometimes things happen, like things happen, and it makes sense in later on. Later on, it makes sense. But if we are at that time really, oh my God, this thing happened, I'm like gone, I'm like, satyanas, kya ho gaya? Then you are not looking at what can happen from there. You are not looking at that side either.
Okay. So now, before I change again back to a few questions, in between to keep this conversation interesting, I'm going to have a little bit of a rapid fire round with you. So I'm going to ask you questions and you have to give me very, very quick answers. So let's start with this. Sari or suit?
Done.
Big bindi or no bindi?
Big bindi, obviously.
Stage performance or online performances? Live or recorded?
Who wants to be dead?
Fantastic. Then is money important or what you have is important?
What you have is important. Although money may have brought it, but what you have is important.
Important. And the last question, being a mom or being a grandmom?
Being myself.
That's a very good answer. So brilliant, Sujata ji. So now what I'm coming to is Hemantika. That's a very interesting concept of yours. And every Hemant Rutu, that is around November, December, you come up with these beautiful performances. And what I love about every Hemantika is there is a thought through process, there is a concept, though it's a purely classical based performance series. The audience is really wanting to know, oh, what's going to come next on the stage. So that keeping it live and keeping it interesting is something I think I have learned it from you. And I saw one very amazing and important thing which I have learned from you is you never limit Hemantika to yourself. Rather, Hemantika is more for the artists who are outside Sujata Banerjee Dance Company. And you motivate your students to watch them, you motivate artists to come and work. Like last year we collaborated with different artists on stage together and we performed, so it was quite interesting. So how did you come up with this thought process and what is your ultimate vision for Hemantika? Because I want all our audiences to come now this year, because we are going to go into theater, and come and watch what exactly Hemantika is.
See, it's a dance festival, which as you said, in the Hemant Ritu, and classical dance. We have done all different dance styles, classical styles. It's not because I don't like Bollywood dancing or folk dancing, but I want people to experience classical dance more.
Okay.
Because you need to develop your taste. How come when people before did not even tolerate the British people tolerate the smell of garlic and chicken tikka masala is the national food? Because gradually the taste needs to develop. And once you taste it, then it becomes, that's quite nice. So that taste has to grow. Taste bud has to, like here, the kind of restaurants you see, you will never see that range anywhere, because it's, and that exposure, that developing that, yeah. So I want the young people, whether it's my students or anybody's people, to come and watch classical dance. and to enjoy classical dance. Sometimes, obviously, you cannot take every style, every group, every time. So, and be part of it, take part in workshops, take part in seminar, take part in debates, quiz, different things we do. So it's sort of just creating that interest and take pride in the Indian classical dance. It's very easy to be drowned with the local. It's nothing wrong if you love ballet, nothing wrong. But have you ever found out about Odissi dancing or Kathak dancing? If you don't find out about it, if you don't know about it, how would you ever have the chance to even like it?
Yeah.
So that is the purpose of Hemantika, really create, and also to create the little platform opportunities on a regular basis for classical dance. And I, as you know, that more kind of solo duet kind of thing, because ensemble work, group work, we as teachers, we always get opportunities, our student dance. But ultimately, Indian classical dance is a solo art form. It works on developing a person completely as an artist, as an individual. So it's to nurture that as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sujata ji. You really, I can say, in a very beautiful manner, you explained us your life journey, and I hope audiences understood the messages. I know you personally, and as I said, that you are an inspiring person for me, and I believe what you narrated your story today. So you're a real kathakakar, just like katha kahe so kathak kehlaye. So that's how you have narrated your whole life story today. And thank you very much for your presence. Thank you, Rashmi, for this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah,
And
it's
we'll
a
see you soon.
pleasure. It's a pleasure, and it was very lovely hearing you, Sujata ji. Thank you so much for accepting our invite, and we hope to see you more often on Inspiring Indian Women. Thank you for being the way you are and inspiring Indian women. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashwini. Thank you so
Welcome,
much.
Rashmi.
I just
Nice
wanted
to-
to tell the viewers that we are going to have the next session on Miss Meera Mishra Kaushik on the 2nd of October. So stay tuned only on this same platform, Inspiring Indian Women. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye, Sujata ji. Bye, Ashwini.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much. Namaste.